You know a little bit about the Medicare IRMAA surcharge. I have lots of videos that explain it. If you don't have the Medicare IRMAA brackets, get them in my free cheat sheet. The link is in my bio. So you know a little bit about Medicare IRMAA, enough to be dangerous, but you want to know, how about if I take a loan from my 401k? Will that trigger Medicare IRMAA? Because you've already watched my videos that said that a withdrawal will definitely be taxable and could potentially cause you to trigger Medicare IRMAA and pay more for Medicare B and D for 1 year. If you're married filing jointly and you're both on Medicare, it would hit you and your spouse. A loan is not earned income. So a loan is fine. That's a little loophole around this, but you do have to pay a loan back within the time period you get into problems with the 401k. Same with life insurance. A loan is not earned income. How about a reverse mortgage? A reverse mortgage, also not earned income. It's also categorized as a loan. So you won't have problems with those. How about gambling winnings? So let's say I gambled, like a lot of gamblers I know, they lost money. So I lost $100,000, but I won $80,000. They don't let you net out your losses. So they're only going to look at my gains and they're going to say, ooh, you won $80,000, taxable. So that will be taxable income. That could potentially trigger Medicare IRMAA. Again, look at the 5 brackets on my cheat sheet and then guesstimate, because Medicare IRMAA is always looking back 2 years. So you don't know what the Medicare IRMAA will be in 2025. You don't know what it'll be in 2027. They're going to look back at your 2025 income and you don't know what the thresholds are because they haven't announced it yet. And it's not just tied to inflation like the cost of living adjustment for Social Security is. It's tied to inflation. It's also tied to Medicare Part B increases and then just other general policy changes. So Medicare IRMAA, sometimes the brackets go up $2,000 a year. Sometimes they go up $6,000 a year. Sometimes they go up even more. So it's a moving target. And you're saying, Sylvia, how am I supposed to hit this moving target? You just give it your best shot. We're all guessing here, right? It's all a gamble and it's all a guess. Some things are easier to predict, like the cost of living increase in Social Security historically has gone up 1 to 3%. Okay, so we can kind of gauge how much your Social Security will go up based on historical. But the IRMAA is not that old. It's only about 5 or 6 years old, and it's kind of all over the board how they raise it. So guess conservatively when you're trying to hit a moving target before you take money out of your 401k, your IRA, before you sell that house and reap a large capital gain, sell some stocks, before you have large winnings from the lottery. Things that are appealable for Medicare IRMAA are on the form that you will use to appeal. You can easily Google the form SSA-44. Things you can appeal are marriage, getting divorced, retiring, loss of income producing property. So a lot of people, their income was high because they were married and now they got divorced. Well, you need to appeal that because you're no longer getting that income because you're divorced. So marriage, divorced, the most common one is retirement. You're not going to appeal a lot of your other taxable events. So you want to try to minimize those to avoid Medicare IRMAA. The good news about Medicare IRMAA is it lasts for only 1 year. They recalculate it every year. So a lot of people think they're only dealing with it when they first go on Medicare and they're looking back 2 years. You're dealing with it every year. Every year they look back at your tax returns from 2 years ago. So you might hit it again in the future. You might never hit it again. You might hit it every couple of years, depending on what you're doing. Most people never hit Medicare IRMAA. So the more you learn, the more you know, the more power you have trying to strategize to avoid this. You can find my book on Amazon under Medicare Mama. I have a whole chapter devoted to Medicare IRMAA and strategies to avoid it. If you like this video, you might really like this video. Check it out. And we'd appreciate if you subscribe to our channel so you never miss a great video. We put out one every week. Check in the description below this video for a link to our cheat sheet on Social Security and Medicare. And you can also give us a comment if you have a specific question. Always feel free to call us or email us at the Medicare family.